Okay, we're here today with Jose Antonio Madrazo. He's a friend of mine for many years here in San Miguel, and he is the author of the little shadow box.
They are called nichos.
Nichos that you see in the restaurant El Pagaso on the walls there. The humorous little. They're really beautiful little things. You've been doing that for a long time, haven't you?
Yes, since '92.
Okay, so you since '92, and when did you come to San Miguel first?
In 1976, I came to visit for the first time, and in '78 I moved here.
And you were from
Mexico City.
Okay, and what did you do before you got started with the nichos?
Well, I was in a human resources department in a corporation, on a Monterrey corporation. I was an investigator, so an industrial investigator. I would check background of possible employees, and also investigate unions and things that they would ask me to investigate in general related to the.
So now you're doing the nichos, and you've been doing it since '92.
Since '92, 27 years.
27 years.
Yes.
And you see them everywhere.
Yes.
Everybody has them. And so, how do you do it?
Well, my ex-wife was working in an artesanía store, folk art store. The nichos were already here, a simple design, and it was just the rusty look, but they were empty, they had no color, and they had nothing inside. So I guess they would sell them so you could put an image of a saint or a virgin.
I remember those, yeah.
So we saw the possibility of making a product. My ex made one with corn and chilies and rice, and it looked nice, like for a decoration in a kitchen, but I said anybody can do that, so that wouldn't be a product. So that's when we came up with the idea of putting images and decorating the nicho with dots and lines.
And you come, I noticed that most of them have little Mexican sayings on them.
Yes, well, that was the origin. Originally we just were making religious images, but then we saw that the Day of the Dead was very appealing, and we came in contact with the person that made the figurines made out of clay, the skeletons. So we start to experiment making nichos with Day of the Dead themes. It took off from there.
So you say your ex-wife, does she still work with you?
She still does the same thing, she
with
works,
you?
No, we separated like 20 years ago, but the business is so generous that, so many people are now doing nichos, and there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
I concentrate in local sales here, and I have a couple of distributors in Europe, so I have enough.
Do you do any sales in the States?
Yes, I have a web page, and from that web page I sell a lot to California and different places, Texas. But yes, I do have clients in the States as well. Not as many because my ex, she does the shows, the LA show, and the New York show, and then she has that market. But that's like a mayoreo, like a wholesale. She does a lot of wholesale.
So how many employees do you have?
Like 5, they work out from their houses in the countryside. So I said like 5 because many of them, or few of them, They use the help of their families because they live in the countryside and they have plenty of time. Because they don't have to come to the studio as they used to at the beginning. Now they have a couple of extra hours a day, which was the time that they would use.
Yeah, they used to do that with the glass boxes.
Exactly.
It's a great way to do business, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, Rico used to do that. Remember Rico.
Yeah.
Via Vermont, that was the name of the company, and they made a lot. But Malena Salgado and Scott, they were the founders of that, and then Via Vermont came along and they took it out of the park, as they say.
Was that, who was the owner of
Vermont.
I know, was the senator there too or something?
Probably so, because then they had another administration or another owner. He's from New York, and Sandy, remember Sandy Garcia, the singer, the girl that used to sing in Panchos? Well, she was working with him, with this guy from New York, and in fact I was doing some designs for them for a while. And then, I don't know what happened.
Well, he's, the guy from Vermont is back, or at least I saw him a couple of weeks ago. And I remembered his name immediately. I can't remember it for shit right now, but.
Oh, all that. Small world.
Small world.
Yes.
So you've been here for a long time. I remember you used to play volleyball with us on occasion.
Exactly, yeah. When we used to play volleyball, I think I started going when I moved back from. We were living in San Antonio, Texas, for 4 years.
When you were married.
When I was married.
Yeah.
So we came back in 85, 86, and we moved to La Guadalupe to Estrellita Street. So a couple of blocks from the field where we used to play. Later on, it was your house.
Yeah.
But very nice house. Very hippie house.
We have a lot of friends from that time that I still see. Flaco and
yes.
all those guys that used to come play volleyball with us.
Yes. Michelle. Remember Michelle O'Connor?
Yeah.
Who else used to go? Beto.
Michelle's still here. In fact,
Yes.
I'm going to try and get her in here for an interview.
Tom. I was remembering this morning. Brandon. Remember
Brendan? I just saw him on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he made popular the name in Mexico. Now every kid in the ranch.
His name Brendan?
Brandon.
No, yeah.
Brandon and Brian.
I'm gonna have to.
Those are the hip names right now.
I'll have to tell him that. I'm friends with his wife on Facebook,
Oh, really?
but I haven't heard a word from him since he left.
Uh-huh.
But every once in a while, she
Yeah.
has a picture of him too, so I know they're still together, and he seems like he's happy.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's Euclid. Remember Euclid? He's still here.
Euclid, yeah, and Frank.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people. It was a lot of fun too.
Roger.
Roger, Roxana.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, we had the whole thing set up. I mean, the hot dogs and the beer. And
Yeah, Tom is still having parties. It's his birthday tomorrow.
oh, really? How old is he going to be?
75.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, like.
still alive.
Well, I
75.
mean, see, Mike Jagger is 75. So, and that guy is still jumping like crazy.
Who?
Mike Jagger.
Mick Jagger, yeah. Who did we see the other day? Anyway, so yeah, at 75, we went out to Joseph Smith's party, and Tom was sick, and I swear we thought he was going to die, and we took him to the hospital, and he stayed for 6 days, and they sort of cured him, and then now Tom's out popping around, still partying every night, and
Oh, really?
Joseph Smith died.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah.
ironic.
Yeah, very ironic because
Ironic,
Joseph
yes.
Smith was in good shape
Uh-huh.
and Tom is but anything but good shape.
Yeah, you never know.
Life is such a strange puzzle.
Exactly. They asked once, what was his name? Prime Minister of England, Winston Churchill. They asked him that if he ever exercised, and he says, yes, I exercise when I go to the funerals, when I walk to the funerals of my friends that used to exercise.
I'll have to remember that one because I've been sort of lacking on my exercise. So how then now you live here in San Miguel now, right?
Yeah, I've been here except 4 years that I went to Texas in the 80s. I haven't left since.
So I see the nichos here in
Pegaso.
Pegaso. Are they other places in town?
Yeah, they are at the Milagros restaurant. They are in Reloj and Plaza Principal in El Jardín. You know where Hotel Posada de San Francisco used to be. They have another location there, Los Milagros.
Well, that's great.
And they're opening a new one by El Mirador, huge place.
They're one of those things. I mean, you know, if you had a shop in the airport, I think they would just fly off the shelves in the airport because there's such great little memories of Mexico.
Yeah,
you know, you want to take something home with you, and
Yeah,
it just seems
yeah,
like
yeah.
they'd be the.
Yeah, I sell a lot in the Rivera Maya, you know that area, in Tulum, Cozumel.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Yes, Acumal, Puerto Morelos, Playa del Carmen.
And how did you?
I have customers that they come like once or twice a year.
And buy from you.
To buy, yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, so yeah, and I used to sell in Los Cinco Soles, a big store in the airport. You know, it's like a shopping center. You know, just of this store, and they have a big store in Cozumel. So they're a big account too.
I used to have little tiles with my images on them, and I always thought the airport would be the place to sell them.
Yes.
But I could never get in. That was the thing.
Yeah. Well, I think you cancel.
I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
I've survived anyway.
Yes.
So, what are your plans for the future? Or are you
Well, just riding the storm, you know. That's you know. And first of all, you know, when after 60, your perspectives and your ideas about the future start to change. You know.
How old are you?
I am 62. I'm going to be 63.
Oh,
So you know, but
all you young guys make me feel
well, you know, but in the while time passes, you know, you get sick and you have problems, you know, those type of things that make you reflect and redirect your life.
So did you ever remarry?
No, I didn't. No,
You just
I
kind of.
learned my lesson.
Yeah, me too. But so do you? I mean, I don't go out at night, so I don't know who. If you go out and hang out.
Well, you see, I remember that San Miguel in the 80s, beginning of the 80s, late 70s, it was like a big party all year around. You know, I mean, it was just incredible. So I just had enough of going out at night.
I think it happens to at some point in time.
It is not appealing to me at all.
You weren't involved in this Monex thing. You didn't get.
No.
Me?
No.
I was lucky too.
Yes. I don't trust any of those.
You mean it's all under your bed?
No, not really. You know, I have an account in the States and keep my money in dollars, but that's it.
Which is also the best savings account in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it has been until recently it hasn't been that great because the peso's been getting stronger.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, I mean, it's better to have the money safe, even though if you're not getting a great return. But as I understand, these people of Monex, they were getting a much higher return than the typical
15% or something
yeah,
like
so,
that.
you know, that would have raised some red flags.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
I would have gotten near to that at all. So the more they gave you, the more chances that you are next.
Were you here back when Norman Crook was around? You remember Norman Crook?
No.
He had the ice cream store on the...
Oh, Norman, yes, of course.
Norman's ice cream.
Yes, I'm friends with his son.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a son.
He has a son now, he has his own family, you know. He's still like John's there, you know, probably he's in his 30s. But
is he running the
no, well, I think the mother had some problems with, she was put away or something like that. I don't know.
I think she got out eventually.
Yeah, probably, but she was, and maybe it was because Norman had like a bank, so he left some things unfinished, and I think that
A lot of
problems.
things. A lot of things.
Yes.
But so Norman's, but they still have that whole
Well, she has a house in Tanque, Atascadero, the Norman and his,
But they still,
widow.
but they own that walk through there on San Francisco, don't they?
Oh, really? What?
Where they rent the.
No, they were renting where La Esmeralda used to be. Yeah, they had the ice cream store, no?
No, they had the ice cream store on the corner, but now they have that place that goes all the way through to Mesones
Oh, really?
with the parking area in the back
Oh, okay.
and the shopping center there in front.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's
But no, that was bought by the Regalado, the people that own El Mesón de San José, de San Tomás. The restaurant that is in the corner of the Jardín,
yeah.
San Tomás.
He owns that.
Yeah, they own that property where there used to be the big parking lot that went from San Francisco to Mesones. Now it is just
Where they rent the ATVs in front.
Yes, they divided it. I think the Regalado are the ones that bought that
That's
property.
funny. I always thought that was Guadalupe.
No, that's
Guadalupe was her name, right?
yeah,
Norman's
remember.
wife.
She used to sell the gas, remember? The gas. But it was only El Güero Villarreal selling
Yeah,
gas.
Norman was as bad as Monex almost.
Probably.
Almost. I mean, a lot of people lost a lot of money with Norman,
Yes.
which was really silly because
Well, but you know, I mean, whoever banks outside of an ice cream store, they should understand that it's something
risks.
funny. So
I have some money over here in what's this name? The one on San Francisco.
yeah, Intercam.
Intercam. They seem to be safe.
They're safe and they're good. And
Was
they're
that
serious.
that used to be Gonzalez family, didn't it?
It is still, it is maybe like a franchise because it's a national company.
Right.
So they have branches in Vallarta and Iztapa.
Right. So that's a franchise. That's
Yes.
yeah. I saw Fetches walking down the street. Was it Fetches or?
Frenches, yes, that's the brother.
Yeah, I saw him walking down
He
the
used to
street.
come to play volleyball too.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's crazy days. But okay, so now, anything you'd like to part with people in San Miguel? Come by your studio. Do you have a studio?
Well,
No, you don't.
My showroom is El Pegaso, really.
Oh yeah, and you do hang out there too.
And Los Milagros, yeah. And whenever people need something, I am in the outskirts of the city now. I am behind the Chrysler agency, en salida a Querétaro,
Yeah.
fraccionamiento Insurgente. So yeah, it's kind of far, you know. I lived 26 years in Atascadero, and I was close enough.
Well, I have to say
Far
that
enough.
El Pagaso is one of my favorite restaurants in San Miguel.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
was talking to Robin the other day. I was parking my car, and she just happened to walk by, and she told me that I could bring my dog in. So
Oh, that's nice.
But I don't think she meant it. I think I put her on the spot.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to try it one of these days and see, because it seems like every time I walk by there and I'm hungry, I'm on my way to the Chinese place,
Uh-huh.
because I don't have to take my dog in, you know.
Exactly. Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so as a little advertisement for
Pegaso.
El Pagaso,
Yeah,
the walls are full of Chucho's things, and
Chucho.
Chucho.
Chucho's the dog.
Yeah, Chucho. But that's what I knew you as until we got to be friends on
Coco.
Facebook. Coco, sorry.
Coco, that was
Coco.
Yeah, Chucho is the new name that you learned today
For dog.
for dog
And
in Spanish.
Coco, right.
Yeah, Coco was my nickname for a long time.
And it's not anymore?
Well, now we're a group of fellows that everybody calls Chato to each other. So now we're more called Chato, but that's like dude.
Hey, dude, Chato.
Yeah, the dude version.
I had so many problems with Mexican nicknames,
Yes.
and I started calling people by other people's nicknames, and then I realized I was doing it, and got so embarrassed doing it that
Well-
it's like. And as you get older, you know, you run into people in any business where you deal with the public, you meet a lot of people, and
Yeah.
then you run into them and you go, oh, you can't remember their names, and that's all.
Exactly. So that's why it's always have a word that defines the people that you know, like dude or bro.
Dude, hey dude, yeah, that's what, in fact, it comes in handy. It comes in
Yes,
real handy.
exactly. So that's the way it is.
Okay, well, great. It's been fun talking to you.
Well, thank you.
And
you do great with this project.
yeah, well, this is going to go up. It'll go up sometime this week, and then here, let me turn this off.